The proof is in the pudding, man. I mean, we already knew this. So you guys actually sent me this article. Actually, it's been like probably about 3, 4, 5 days ago. I'm just now being able to get to my inbox. Gonna get to some videos today, to more tomorrow. So this one is by GameRant.com. Zack Snyderverse was very profitable, says former WB president. Get into this article, man. Greg Silverman, former Warner Bros. President, came out swinging for Zack Snyder against critics who suggested the director's Snyderverse films weren't profitable for the studio. For years, critics have tried to convince fans that the director's DC films either weren't profitable or profitable enough for the studio. At the time of release, reports suggested some of these films' box office earnings fell below studio expectations, the logic being a movie with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman should have earned $1 billion at the box office. Silverman spoke out against the criticism and disputed these claims. Silverman responded to a critic that suggested Snyder's films weren't profitable for the studio by stating that this was only true regarding Legends of the Guardians and Sucker Punch. Silverman expressed that the rest of his films at Warner Bros. Were very profitable. Very. Man of Steel made $668 million at the box office on a $225 million budget, and this came after Superman Returned, which only made $391.1 million. Batman v Superman was pulled early from the theaters after earning 872 or 872.7 million. What's all these ads popping up? 872.7 million on a $250 million budget. And this is with the studio having removed 30 minutes from the theatrical release, amounting to poor critical reception that impacted word of mouth. However, the Ultimate Edition fixed many Batman v Superman issues in the theatrical cut. It says DCEU films considered canon to the Snyderverse, such as Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and the billion-dollar successful Aquaman, have all done significantly better than what came under prior Warner Bros. Executives Tony Emmerich and Walter Hamada. Man of Steel, the first DC EU and Snyderverse film, made more than Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1984, and Shazam Fury the Gods combined at the domestic box office, though not worldwide. Despite Warner Bros. Saying the Snyder Cut shouldn't have happened, the studio would likely prefer to have those same box office numbers for its DC films again. Generally, a movie must make approximately 2.5 times its reported budget to break even and start turning a profit. And so Man of Steel and Batman v Superman were very profitable according to gross numbers, despite Zack Snyder's Justice League being the top-selling Blu-ray and the most tweeted movie of 2021. WB did not release the streaming numbers. However, the HBO Max service crashed on the day of its release, and the film reportedly outstreamed Avengers Endgame in China. Oh, I wonder why they didn't release those numbers, man. I wonder why they didn't release those numbers. Can you imagine if they actually released those numbers and those numbers are high, which we already know they are? They would have nothing left to defend. It's like hanging on to a thread because we already deep down know the truth. We know the truth about Zack Snyder, Snyderverse, and all. We know the truth. So them holding the numbers and not want to put out them numbers, that says a lot. That says a lot on their end. That why they don't want to do that. Hopefully, this puts to rest the narrative that Snyder was somehow not profitable for the studio. Still, the Snyder controversy does seem to sell in pop culture entertainment, and the quality of the films is still debated. So it might be naive to think that the former WB president coming out in Snyder's defense does anything to end the conversation. And that is the article. You know what's crazy, man? It was Sucker Punch and some other movie. I don't think I've seen the other movie, but I did watch Sucker Punch. I thought Sucker Punch was a good movie. I enjoyed Sucker Punch. You know, people just like lying on Zack, and I don't understand, man. He's a good dude. You can just tell by his interviews. And on top of that, bro, if you take DCEU's first 6 films and you take Marvel's first 6 films, DC made over like 1.1 billion more than Marvel did with their first 6 films, and DC outdid them. But Warner Bros. Did not stay the course. They chopped things up. Like Batman be Superman. I said it since day one, bro. If they didn't cut that movie up, easy $1 billion. Can you imagine? It made almost $900 million, and they ruined the movie by chopping it up. Imagine if they didn't chop it up, bro. It would be sitting at $1 billion. It would have made $1 billion, but no, the studio interfered. They ruined it, and they did that. That's on their end. That's not Zack's end. And that's what makes me so mad about this whole thing. The way they treated actors, the way they're treating fans. It's just it's not looking good. I've said this on other videos. Like, I don't wish nobody's downfall, man. I just don't see Blue Beetle doing good. I don't see any of the former or this new DCU doing good, because at the end of the day, the fans' wallets is what matters. When you don't have the fan support, your movie's not gonna do good. And it's not even being a Snyder cult, man. It's not a Snyder cult. It's just people are so sick and tired of the rebooting. They're so tired of the way the actors have been treated. Like, we're gonna take this moment and look back in history with Zack Snyder's Justice League, and just the cast in general. If you go look at the cast for Zack Snyder's universe, that is a hell of a cast. Like, that is a great cast. If you go look at all the actors that are in the Snyderverse in the DCEU, that cast is amazing. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. You People just love to hate on Zack, and I don't understand. You got the former Warner Bros. CEO defending Zack Snyder. All Zack Snyder's movies is profitable besides two of them, which was Sucker Punch and another movie. I forgot what it was called. It was like Legend or something. Um, but yeah, man, it's crazy. I'm always gonna be hashtag restore the Snyderverse. You know, people hate on Zack, but guess who Zack is backed by? Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is one of the greatest minds in movie history. So when you hating on Zack, just know you hating on Christopher Nolan as well, because Christopher Nolan backs Zack Snyder's vision. Post y'all comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed my reaction, make sure you hit that like, drop that sub, turn on the notifications, because we doing these videos daily. Catch y'all in the next one, man. Restore the starter first. Stop playing with us. Catch y'all in the next, man. 100,000 subscribers. Grind time. Let's get it.